Hey guys, I'm back from holiday. So I am gonna be busting out some serious videos this week, but I wanted to start off by saying thank you to everyone that is new, that subscribed to the channel while I was away on holiday, courtesy of the body language guy, Jesus Enrique Rosas. He did a live on one of my videos and I got loads of new followers, which is amazing. So thank you for everyone for joining, and thank you for everyone that has stuck by me over the last couple of years. It's been a wonderful journey and we now have over 100,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So the reason why I'm not showing my face is, as I don't know if you can hear in my voice, I'm full of a stinking cold. I think it's where we're all locked up, we're all sanitized for a couple of years, and then going on aeroplanes with no masks. They're just germ factories waiting to happen. So for now, we're going to pretend that I look like this. But yeah, so there's lots of stuff I'm planning to do this week, but a big story that's just come out in the last, 24, 48 hours is too good not to talk about. And that is the bullying accusations, the bullying investigation into Meghan Markle against how she treated royal staff when she was a full-time member of the royal family. And it's been buried, as they're calling it. Now, this has caused some people to be upset on both sides. The people that believe that Meghan Markle is a bully, some people have said that it seems that the palace are covering for her, that they're betraying the staff, all the people that came forward. It's wrong. It's setting a bad precedent that because she's rich and powerful, it will be covered up. Now, I personally don't see it that way. I see it as the fact that they haven't released the report, that they have got evidence there. I see it the fact that they have said basically that it shall not see the light of the day to protect the staff. This is also a valid thing. You think people that have done complaints through HR complaints, I know that I went through one years ago. I don't want that to be public knowledge that people in the company knew the things that had gone on with, an employee that I used to work with. So it's going to be something similar. The Sussex Squad fan base are particularly vile, they're cruel, they're nasty, they're vicious. So they would literally find members of staff or they would put them on a hit list of who they think said this stuff. And they you know how personal they go. They go for people's lives, their family members, all sorts. Plus, I think the palace is trying to diffuse the situation between Harry and Meghan, constantly causing drama. They are drama llamas, ex-royal drama llamas. And there's just one attack after another. Now, I think this is a bit naive because I do not believe for a second that Harry and Meghan will slow down their attacks on the royal family as soon as they want something and they're told no. This is just the way that they are. It's just one big temper tantrum. But again, with this report being buried, where it's actually quite funny is the Sussex Squad are having none of this. They are unhappy about it because they're now saying that the royal family lied. They had nothing on her. They need to release the report. Meghan needs to sue the royal family because it's obvious that it was just one big smear campaign. I hope that continues to gain momentum. I hope that they keep asking Meghan, sue Meghan. Why aren't you suing Meghan? Meghan, why are you not suing? Because obviously it's not true. Because we know that Harry and Meghan are litigation happy. We know if they don't like so much as one tiny, tiny bit in a report that they get their lawyers involved. So it's been one big question since the story was initially broken by the reporter Valentine Low in the Sunday Times that Harry and Meghan never sued.
There were a lot of stories over the years suggesting that Meghan was difficult to work with. There were reports of staff leaving. There were reports of staff in tears. It was a very serious situation, and a lot of people talked about, how can you tell the difference between a bully and a demanding boss? It's obviously a legitimate question, but the point is that these people who felt they were bullied, who left their jobs, are still in an emotionally fragile and fraught state today. I mean, literally today. And that speaks not of being spoken harshly by a demanding boss. It speaks of bullying and the psychological effects of that bullying. Their stories that have been told. They're silent victims. Their lives have been affected by what they went through. I was shocked by what I heard. I mean, I knew that she was difficult. I didn't know how difficult. I didn't know how bad it was, but I was absolutely shocked by what I heard. Harry and Meghan's lawyers, Shillings, are very aggressive. The couple are very litigious, and they will come after any newspaper that they feel has wronged them. They've sued a lot, and they've had victories. But the Times was prepared for this. We spent a long time making sure that all the allegations that we were going to put into the newspaper were absolutely correct, were checked, were double checked, and we were entirely confident about what our sources were saying and why they were saying it.
They never went for Valentine Low. They never sued the Sunday Times to do with the bullying allegations. As I said, I think this gives enough evidence. If they're not suing, then it's true. There is some truth to it. So I can't see that Meghan is suddenly now going to sue this independent investigation, this independent team of lawyers that the Queen hired and paid for out of her own money to release the report, to release the hounds. And that in itself, if you read between the lines, tells you absolutely everything. I believe that there is definitely bullying that happened. Also, the fact that they have made changes to their HR systems is another way for the palace unofficially to say that they've had to implement new changes because of things that had previously happened. Again, reading between the lines, that's saying that something definitely did happen. I don't believe that Meghan and Harry treated staff particularly well. I think the fact that this report has also been buried at the same time that, have you noticed Harry and Meghan's publicist that was working on Harry's book for Penguin Publishers or Penguin House? Well, they recently quit or resigned or were sacked, and that obviously is another sign. Archwell is like now on its 12th or 13th member of staff that's left. So obviously the pattern does seem to continue. But then it's also Harry's memoirs, his book that was hotly anticipated, if you actually believe the blurb. It was supposed to be released around about this time of year. Now Harry's memoirs, there's no mention of when it's being released. It's all gone rather quiet, so I wonder if it's a case of that quick 15-minute meeting that they had with the Queen was a bit of a quid pro quo, as Hannibal Lecter said. We'll sit on this report, but you give us a copy of everything you're putting in your memoirs. This might have been why it slowed down the release date. This might be why the memoirs have got no release date whatsoever. But Tom Bower's book is definitely coming out soon. There will be no such quid pro quo between Tom Bowers and Meghan and Harry. His books have been absolutely mortifying for some of the people that he's written them about. And he's quite clearly stated several times that victims, and he does use the term victims, will be speaking out. These aren't just the palace staff. I don't know how close he'll get to the palace staff due to the HR investigation. But there is definitely going to be some things that are revealed about how Meghan has treated people throughout her entire life. And if you do look back at the history of how Meghan's treated friends, how she's treated family, staff are going to be nothing, are they? If she can treat members of her family that brought her up, that loved her, that gave her every privilege in life with such contempt, you can just imagine how someone like that would actually treat someone that she deemed below her, beneath her. Now, as for the bullying allegations that Meghan threw around, she said she's one of those people that's I was bullied, and it turns out that she was the bully herself. It's the whole thing when you look back to she made Catherine cry, then it got turned around to Catherine made her cry, knowing that Catherine could not say anything to defend her. But again, with them coming over for the Jubilee celebrations, this is another thing that we knew that they would start the mudslinging straight away, and they have. There has been so many little PR drops about how they were unfairly treated because the public booed them. And then also the fact that they held out an olive branch to William and Catherine to attend Lilibeth's birthday, reportedly at Frogmore Cottage. Take that with a pinch of salt. But the fact that they didn't attend, it's their way of attacking William and Catherine again. And, the fact that no one turned up. And it's like, you weren't even coming. You then decided last minute you were coming. You decided to throw a birthday party, a children's first birthday party. Let's be honest, kids don't care at that age. They don't care about presents either. Just give them a bit of wrapping paper and a cardboard box. They're happy as anything. But they knew it was the busiest year. I mean, it was the Platinum Jubilee, this historical moment that had been in the works for a long time. So they expected William and Catherine and the children to ditch members of the public, to change their plans, to appease them. And I'm still unsure that the children were even in the UK with them, in all honesty. And I just feel they did it in a way knowing that all members of the royal family would be busy. So it's a great way to turn around and say, no one bothered turning up, we're victims, even our children are victims. And it's that whole we were bullied, it's just continuous. So I really hope that they did have that chat. Apparently they had one with Charles and Camilla that wasn't longer than 15 minutes, and then also the Queen, again, 15 minutes. I think that they were told enough is enough. And this, as I said, the bullying report, it's funny how they are sitting on it, I would say, more than it being buried. Come on, let's be honest. You can't bury something that doesn't exist. The fact that they've even said that, through sources that it's been buried, that to me says that they actually have something to bury. So without actually releasing it, they've said more than enough if you read between the lines. Anyway, guys, it's just a short one. I intend to do lots of stuff this week. We've got Prince William defining his role as the king he's going to be. I want to do one to do with Amber Heard's latest interview for some of you that followed me on the Amber Heard stuff. I want to talk about some of the other royals that are basically retiring. And then we've also got Queen Bee, but I will come to that later on. So there's lots of content that I intend to be doing. I hope to get my face on camera. I know that some of you guys like seeing my expressions, but trust me right now, you don't need to see this. So again, we're just going to pretend that I look like this. This photograph was obviously taken on our holiday to Valencia, so I thought I would chuck in a few holiday photos for you guys that have been inquiring about it here. So for you guys that don't want to know about my holiday, I will see you very soon. For the rest of you guys, this is Valencia. It is one of the most beautiful cities that I've been to. My husband and I tend to go to Spain and the Canary Islands a lot. We like the language, we like the food, we like the drinks, we like the weather. It's the first time we've been to Valencia. We're looking to go back almost immediately, just due to the stuff that we didn't get to do. There is so much there. One of the first places we went to was they've got a massive science centre, but they've got an oceanographic centre as well. They've got a planetarium. We only did it's like a purpose-built sea life centre, but it's so much better than a sea life centre. There is absolutely, it's purpose-built, so the enclosures for the fish, for the animals that are there, are just truly phenomenal. This place, it's got upstairs and it's got several floors downstairs. There's tunnels that you go through. I mean, this bird place reminded me of Jurassic Park, where they end up in that big dome with the pterodactyls. There is so much to see. It's a good 4 or 5 hours, and even then you could spend longer there with children. They've got sea lions there. This one was interacting and playing with us. As I said, I don't like seeing things in captivity. I've always had a bit of an issue with it since I was a little girl. But this place, they look after them. They've got huge natural enclosures. Whereas a lot of the sea life centres I've been to, where they're kind of built into old buildings, this is purpose built. So it is truly phenomenal, the amount of space, how they've made it natural for them. The penguins still makes me think of Happy Feet a little bit. They have got artificial sky, but the way that it's been built, that they've got snow machines in there for them, they've made a real rockery, pools, everything. The animals look completely healthy. The sea lions, they've got upstairs, downstairs, they've got rockeries outside. They were playing, they were happy. As I said, this one I made friends with. They've got sharks, they've got everything. The only thing that they did have, which I didn't want to go see, and I haven't got photos of it, was the dolphins. I don't like dolphins in captivity. Having been lucky enough to see them out in the wild, it's something that I don't agree with. I think if they're going to have places where they rescue them, protect them, conservation, and they should lead them to have as natural life as possible, which we did see all over this place. They were very, very natural environments, but they did have the dolphins doing the performances for people, and that's the only downside. We walked up the steps, I saw them, and I walked straight back down the steps. I was like, no, don't like that. But other places in Valencia, the streets, look at these streets. They've got a lot of graffiti art. They have got, it's such a historical place, from church towers, bell towers that are centuries old. and they haven't really mixed in too much modern. You can go to modern parts of the town, but look at these buildings and the windows, and yeah, just absolutely a wonderful place. The beach was walking distance to our apartment. We Airbnb'd it, and we can't wait to go back. They've got a massive nature reserve with a big lake that we didn't get the chance to go to. But yeah, the whole holiday was a massive, massive success. And I can only recommend Valencia to some of you guys that are like thinking places to go, especially Spain. Really, truly stunning. So anyway, guys, that's it. For those of you that stuck in, I hope I haven't bored you with the holiday snaps. And I will see you really soon. Take care for now. Bye.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers for time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.